Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and we have our pick a card reading for the week of, for the week of September 11th, 2022. So this message just popped out as I'm shuffling the card to pull the three cards, and right off the bat we have a message for all of the collective. We are in a full moon in Pisces, which just happened yesterday, and we are also having Mercury go in retrograde. So when retrogrades happen, it's really a great time for us to not take action, but instead to reflect, to tune inward into the heart, to feel a sense of renewal, to research. Anything that starts with an RE, this is a good time to do it. And the card that flew out of the deck was Be Willing to Forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So reflecting is what's coming up right off the bat as our theme for this week. We have a lot of energies coming in, and it is important for you to renew yourself. Make sure you're taking excellent care of yourself, more than you have in the past. Don't be hard on yourself if you haven't in the past, but I want to invite you and encourage you to give yourself more self-care this week than you ever have before. So we have these three cards here, and I love these cards because this is what, if we were to see the magic of Reiki, this invisible energy that has an intelligence, this is what it would look like. So when I'm giving someone Reiki, my hands are on them or around them, and if you can visually imagine that, what it's doing is it's shifting energy. And maybe if you're someone that does yoga or Kundalini yoga, and you do these different postures or these different mudras, or I forgot the word, but basically what this is helping you to do is release stagnant energy. There's another RE. So I want to encourage you this week to find ways in which to shift and change the energy, especially if you're feeling a sense of stagnancy inside the body. And what does that look like? A lot of times it's a tense feeling in the body. It's a heaviness inside the body. So you want to shift that and you want to change that. And what that does is it helps you to recalibrate, rebalance the body, rebalance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. There's a great breathing technique to do that. It's called alternate nostril breathing. And that's something you can look up, find YouTube videos in order to help you. But I encourage you to take excellent care of yourself this week. So with that said, we have our three cards as we always do. And you are invited to pick 1, 2, or 3, or just listen to the whole message, keeping in the back of your head that the theme for this week with these energies is about forgiveness. And we have card number 1. And card number 1 talks about the law of attraction. And it says relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware to energies. So the law of attraction is an interesting concept because a lot of people think that if they just think in their mind that they want something, it will come to fruition. And it's not that simple because there's a lot of different things that come into play. There's free will, there's soul contracts, there's different lessons that other individuals that might be involved in what you are looking to attract into your life may have to complete. There are so many different things and variables that come into this. But when we are talking about law of attraction in terms of you and only you, why it's coming up for you to be willing to forgive and to work on forgiveness and to work on self-care more than you ever have before is when you can clear the stagnancy inside the body and when you can rebalance your energy field, the subtle energy body, which is around your physical body, you open up yourself to receive more than you might have last week. So if you're starting this practice this week of taking better care of yourself, the law of attraction card is coming up just to explain to you that we are in this energy of being able to manifest what we want in our lives more quickly than we have in the past. That being said, you cannot manipulate energies and you cannot manipulate people and their free will in order to achieve what it is that you want. But what you can do is you can sit more often and quietly in this stillness of reflection. And if there is something you want to create in your life, you can know that you can do this for yourself. You can create this. You can attract this into your life for yourself, as long as it's just regarding yourself. So if you are constantly someone that is inside the head, the crown chakra, and you have negative thoughts, what is happening is you could be creating that into your life. An example of this is someone who is dating another person and they realize that the relationship is not working for whatever reason. There is something going on where they can't stay in the relationship, so they end it. And then they meet somebody else and it comes through in a different way, but they are in this relationship and a similar pattern is coming up. And they're realizing this, and it happens again, and it happens again. And finally, they take the time to take care of themselves. They take the time to tune into themselves. They take the time to go within the heart, and they realize that I have been attracting this pattern into my life over and over and over again. And I'm finally getting that I don't have to anymore. I'm learning the lesson, and once I learn the lesson, the law of attraction allows me the opportunity to shift and change my mindset so that I can create this new thing or new person or new pattern into my life. And asking for what is for your best and highest good or something even better, understanding that the Creator knows what is the best for you, because maybe there's hidden factors that we are not seeing. That is when you truly step into the concept of law of attraction. So if you chose card number 1, sit with that. See what resonates with you. Another RE. Relationships are crucial in this card also, another RE. It's important for you to take the time to reflect on what you have attracted into your life in the past. And if there is anything that you are not happy with, know that you can change it. Know that you can shift the energy and give yourself the opportunity with all of those tools that I just provided for you to take those steps in a more positive direction going forward. That's card number 1. Card number 2 is listening to your intuitive feelings, and your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So once again, we are being asked to reflect and tune into the heart space, or actually to the belly. You know the saying, I don't know, I just knew in my gut that it was X, Y, and Z. That's your intuitive feelings. That is someone who listens to what they are feeling intuitively. That is called clairsentient. And being clairsentient is someone who has a gut feeling. It is important for you now to understand that you are that person, that you have these inner knowings, that maybe you have had doubts, but then you have seen that what you felt was coming to fruition or was accurate, but you still have the doubts. This card is your validation that your intuitive guide is accurate. So notice it. And if you are unsure, ask your body to give you a sign so that you can continue to work this muscle. Just as if you go to the gym or you're a runner and you're running daily, or you do yoga and you're doing your yoga daily, this practice of tuning in is also a muscle that needs to be built up. It's not a muscle that you hear society talking about building up, but it is one because it is part of who you are. You are the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. Don't forget that. And with that said, this is your card. Pay attention to your intuitive feelings. card number 2. And card number 3 is encouraging you to do one of a few things. One is read books more. Maybe you're not a reader, and maybe it's time for you to find a book that encourages you, that inspires you, that lifts you up, that makes you laugh. Or maybe you have a book inside of you that you are ready to write. Or perhaps you've already written it, but you put it to the side. And this is encouraging you to find a way to edit it and publish it. You do not need to be someone who's in the spotlight, and I hope that you're seeing more and more and more that the people that are in the spotlight a lot of times, not all, but a lot of times are so in their ego and so driven by power that it's not authentic. It's not pure. That's really the word I'm looking for. It's not pure. You do not need to be on a platform for you to promote a wisdom that is inside of you that you need to get out into the world because it's going to help people. And this card, if you chose card number 3, is encouraging you of that. We are all here to have a human experience. Every single human being on this earth. We all have different soul contracts. So some might have the contract of being a dark person on earth at this time, or someone that lives in the ego with power, because that might help us to awaken. Think about what we lived through the last 2.5 years. Or it may just be that that human is in their ego, in their power, because they have their own lessons to learn. But all of that being said, it should not stop you from something that you have inside of you or have already created to create. So if you chose card number 3, get creative. Remember the reflection. Remember the time to do research. It's a good time now. See what you have inside of you to create and go ahead and create it. Or if you created it, keep it going. And because we're coming off of the Pisces full moon yesterday, I just want to pull one more card for the collective. What do we all need to know? Understanding that Pisces is the most intuitive sign of astrology. And it's probably a lot of old souls that have been on this earth many, many, many times. And so the Pisces energy is one of going within, tuning in, listening to intuitive feelings. That doesn't mean every Pisces realizes that they have this ability. We all have this ability, but they are very able to be in tune if they so chose. But we have this opportunity. So the card that comes up is be clear on what you want. Be clear on what you want. It is important for you to be clear, crystal clear on what it is that you want at this time. So reflecting, researching, taking the time, going within. Forgiveness opens up your heart space to receive more than you ever have before. And then get yourself clear. What do you want to create as you step forward into September? I hope that there was something in this message that resonated with you, and I wish you a great week. Bye-bye.